Blender is one of the most popular open source projects. It allows you to create 3D mesh object and animate it. So you can download from blender.org website, or you can build by yourself. In this video, I'm talking about how to build the Blender source code. First, you can go to wiki pages. There's a building Blender. You can find the 3OS, how to document, especially this case is Windows. You need 4 programs: Visual Studio, Subversion, Windows, Git, and CMake. I'm gonna replace the Visual Studio with VSCode, Visual Studio Code. So N or Git, and total is SVN and CMake. So next, you can create a Blender local repository. So I create Blend Git local repository Git. Here, made a Blender folder. This one is a Blender repository. On the Blender, you have to download the source code and library. First, to download source code from Blender repository. You can use a Git program. So you use terminal, and under Git, cd Blender, and you can git clone Yes, already downloaded. So you have different output, and then you can go to precompile. How to download the precompile library? Oh yeah, over here. So you have to create the lib folder, and then enter lib. Over here, SVN subversion, checkout, and address. Here. I also already downloaded. So we have 2 folder Blender under Blender repository and Blender source code and library. This case is Windows library, and also if your system is a Linux, you can have a different name of folder. Alright, right now it's basically ready, and so you can open source code from VSCode. So open folder. Git Blender and Blender source code. Over here, you can get actual source code. Yeah. So you need this setup to build, and first you can download extensions. These extensions, you need CC++ extension. Basically, you can install this extension pack. It has everything. So CMake, yeah, so everything one package. And so Git related extensions and Python, yeah, kind of thing. You can install that. So once you install, you can manage here. Git extension, source control. Here, so you have a branch for the Blender source code here. Day ago updated. Maybe I can refresh. and see if we have a additional. Yeah, 1 minute ago we have an additional one. So that means I already downloaded. It's a state change. We have changed. So so old version is already become obsolete. So we have to unstage, and then we can remove it. Yeah, 87 files old, so we can remove it. You can use the terminal here. Git status show that your branch is up to date with the origin master. Let's get started with VS Code configuration. First, over here, so you can settings.json in workspace, and also you can configure cpp properties.json, and for final stage for build, so you need to configure tasks.json, and for lastly, for debugging, so you can create Launch.json. So all told, 4 configuration JSON file is required. So you can walk through this instruction, and I already created is settings.json here. Here telemetry thing, editor and folding stuff, and the other one is CPP properties. Basically generated automatically some part. You can add some little necessary part to based on instruction, and the Windows SDK or some setting. I realized that we need actually Visual Studio. That makes things easier. So you can go to Visual Studio ID website, and there's a download community edition. Basically, you need desktop development with CW+, that module. I also select the .NET desktop development. So you can make sure which one is installed. There's a .NET thing, and one of the important things you can make sure MS Build should be installed here. So most of these tools, the compiler is installed there. Yes. Okay. So that after that, you can make sure proper compiler is configured in CPP properties JSON. There's a community edition, VC tools, and cl.exe is a link there. And IntelliSense mode is MSVC x64. And lastly, so task.json, make update, that is command. I use the Ninja, and then makes compiling faster. So make update. So make update source code for the latest version, and also library, update the library as well. And then also in the compiling start with a Ninja. Okay, and there's a launch. So this case I use that GDB debugger. In order to use GDB in Windows version, so you need to minzw64. Actually, I use that the MSys64 library. You can download from here. Yeah. You can, if you have used 64 version, so you can install 64 version, and you can follow the instruction here, some little basic tools, and you can include the GDB as well. Yeah, we not gonna use GCC here, but you can install GDB separately, and then linking make the link on debugger path here. So I can start build Blender and continue. The command make update make ninja. So right now update the source code and library. Yeah, it downloads updated source code. Lots of change since the last update. Yes, the Ninja started. Yeah, this one is you can see the status of updating. Yeah, some files, 1770. So everything in progress right now. Okay, that's the building procedure. Once you finish build the process successfully, you will get blender.exe file here. So you can run. Okay, so you will get your own build Blender executable. Also, you may want to debug Blender. So in case you wanted to modify some function, and then you try to debug. So Launch.json a handle for these debugging details. Here's a Blender executable path, and here is debugger. I use that GDB. So you can notice that the path, this path, MCC64, MinGW64, been GDB. So if we go to MC64 here, so you have to notice that USR bin has also GDB, but this may not work. So you have to use this bin here, GDB exe file. Yes. Also, you may want to make add these GDB, this path, binary bin path to system variable. Environment variable. Here, setting path. I already appended this path. This one is higher and the other one is lower. Yeah, I need this one too for the other purpose. So I added a variable here. The system variable also, you can see the other things already set up, because this one is installed with the install already. So automatically added CMake, Git, SVN, yeah. Alright, so ready for debug. So Ctrl+Shift+D or click this icon, debugging icon, and you can press F5, function key F5. Okay, so we have a Blender So you can play with Blender using the debugger. What variable watches, and you can set up breakpoint, whatever you want. This is about Blender source code build and debug process.